Success isn't a gift, it's a hunt. This world isn't going to hand it to you, and you're not going to stumble onto it by chance. You've got to go after it, track it down, and claim it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Success isn't about luck or some magical formula. It's about recognizing the signs, the patterns, the clues left by those who've paved the way. It's about seeing the markers along your path and knowing that you're moving in the right direction, even when the road feels endless and the destination seems out of reach. Some people look around, lost and aimless, hoping they'll somehow find their way. They want success, but they don't have the map. They don't realize that if you're on the right path, you'll see the signs. But if you're drifting, unfocused, and waiting for something to guide you, then you're bound to get lost. Success doesn't find you, you find it. And when you do, it's not about a single moment of victory. Success is a relentless journey, and every step, every choice, either brings you closer or pulls you further away. To succeed, you must own every part of your life. This is the first and most crucial step. If you can't take responsibility for where you are, you will never have the power to change it. Stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or the people around you. Every time you shift the blame, you give away your control. Success demands ownership. Until you say, "I am where I am because of my actions," you'll stay right there, stuck, powerless. But the moment you claim it, when you say, "It's up to me," that's when you feel the shift. That's when things start to change. Responsibility is about dropping the excuses, dropping the blame. It's accepting that no matter what life throws at you, you control how you respond. That's real power. Life isn't fair, and you will face setbacks. But if you carry around anger, regret, and resentment, it's like a weight on your back. You can't move forward carrying that. Success requires you to travel light, to free yourself from the past. And once you take full responsibility, you reclaim your power. You don't wait for things to get better, you make them better. Another critical step is knowing what you want. Goals are not just wishes, they're a blueprint. Without a destination, you're a ship drifting wherever the current takes you. Goals give you purpose, and purpose gives you power. But there's a difference between dreams and goals. Goals are written down, planned, and pursued. When you write something down, it's no longer just an idea, it's a commitment. It's a promise to yourself. A goal without a plan is just a fantasy. Real success is built on goals that are broken down into actions, step by step. Each small task moves you forward, inch by inch, until the impossible becomes inevitable. The path isn't always clear. Plans change, obstacles arise. But goals, they don't change. When you hit a roadblock, you find a way around it. You don't abandon the journey. You adjust, adapt, and keep moving. Deadlines push you. They create urgency. They make you act even when you're not in the mood. And action is everything. Success waits for those who move, those who get up and get going, no matter how they... Now, let's talk about growth. Success is attracted to the person you become, not just the things you achieve. The world doesn't improve by accident. Change is deliberate. The real work happens within. Success isn't about the numbers or the titles. It's about growth. Those who think learning stops after school are already lost. Life is the real classroom, and every day you're either getting better or getting left behind. You read, you study, you absorb knowledge, and then you act on it. Knowledge alone is nothing. It's the execution that sets you apart. Self-discipline is the backbone of success. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. Discipline keeps you moving when motivation runs out. Discipline is the force that makes you get up early, that keeps you working on your dreams even when excitement fades. It's about doing what you know needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Those who understand this are already far ahead. They don't rely on bursts of motivation. They've built routines that carry them forward even when they're tired, when they're doubting, when they're worn down. Success is built on consistency. Each day is a brick in the foundation of your future. Those small daily actions add up, compounding into results that most people think are unreachable. Most people fail because they lack discipline, not because they lack talent. They have plans, but they don't follow through. They start strong, but give up when things get tough. But those who understand the power of discipline, they keep going no matter what. They know that every small effort, every day, is an investment in something greater. Your attitude is everything. Success doesn't come to those who complain, to those who wait for things to be perfect. It's built on a mindset that sees every challenge as an opportunity to grow. It's not about blind optimism. It's about resilience. It's the attitude that says, "This might be hard, but I'm harder." Everyone faces setbacks, but not everyone uses them. Some people see obstacles and quit, while others see them as steps to rise above. Your mindset is your foundation. Protect it. If you let negativity consume you, it'll cloud everything you touch. But if you fuel your mind with strength, optimism, and determination, that's what you'll bring into every situation. Taking action separates the dreamers from the doers. You can have the clearest goals in the world, but without action, they're nothing. Consistency is what transforms dreams into reality. Some people take action only when it feels good, but that's not how success is built. Real success demands action when motivation fades, when the road gets tough. It's the small, steady actions that build momentum. And once momentum takes over, the path gets easier. But the moment you stop, the moment you hesitate, that momentum slips away. If you're serious about success, then understand this. It requires more than just motivation. It demands a strategy, a relentless commitment to refine yourself, your mind, and your actions. Success isn't for those who only work when it's easy or fun. It's a science of consistent improvement, of fine-tuning yourself to be sharper, more resilient, and relentless. First, let's talk about structure. Success doesn't happen in chaos. It's built on a foundation of routines and systems. Habits are powerful because they run in the background, carrying you forward even when your energy dips. The key is to develop routines that support your goals, not sabotage them. Want to improve your physical and mental resilience? Start your day with disciplined rituals. Every morning, move your body, feed your mind, and set your intentions. A structured day removes doubt and hesitation. It makes progress a default mode. Without structure, you waste energy trying to decide what to do next. With structure, your mind is free to focus on execution because your path is clear. You're not starting from scratch every day. You're moving forward on the foundation you've built. Accountability is your next weapon. Goals are empty if there's no follow-through, and that's where accountability comes in. Most people shy away from accountability because it reveals the truth about their efforts. But success demands it. Set up a system that holds you accountable, whether it's a mentor, a partner, or even yourself, through regular progress reviews. Reflect on your results. Did you hit your targets this week? If not, why? Don't excuse yourself. Analyze and adjust. Success isn't about being perfect. It's about staying on track, course-correcting with every mistake, and learning faster than anyone else. Tracking your progress is essential. You don't need massive shifts every day. Small wins add up over time. Measure your efforts, track your habits, and evaluate your growth. Are you moving closer to the goal, or are you coasting? The data doesn't lie. Acknowledge your progress and your gaps. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. But success comes from compounding efforts. Every small action, every disciplined habit builds momentum over time. And tracking lets you see that momentum even when it feels invisible. Next, mental resilience. Success is a game of endurance. Anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, even a month. But real success belongs to those who stick with it for the long haul, who withstand setbacks, disappointments, and criticism without flinching. Mental resilience means training yourself to face discomfort head-on. When challenges arise, don't run. Lean into them. See them as growth opportunities, not threats. Every challenge you overcome fortifies you, making you stronger and more capable. Develop mental discipline by consciously managing your focus. Train yourself to work without distraction. The world is full of noise, full of things that want to pull your attention away from what matters. But your focus is finite. Guard it. Limit your exposure to negativity, distractions, and influences that weaken your resolve. Your mind is your most valuable asset. If you allow it to be diluted by trivial matters, you weaken your ability to achieve greatness. Treat your focus like a precious resource, because it is. Adaptability is another key pillar. Plans rarely unfold perfectly, and you'll encounter twists and setbacks you couldn't anticipate. But success doesn't require perfection. It requires agility. Those who adapt quickly, who shift their approach without losing sight of their goals, are the ones who thrive. Flexibility in your methods with steadfastness in your purpose is a powerful combination. Always remember, the goal remains the same, but the strategy can change. Be willing to pivot, to embrace new methods, and to see every setback as feedback rather than failure. There's a strategy in preparation. Anticipate obstacles before they arise. Think about the challenges you might face and plan your response in advance. Preparation minimizes the impact of setbacks. When challenges do come, you're not caught off guard. You're ready. Success favors those who are prepared, who have anticipated and strategized for every possible outcome. Preparation is power. It's a force multiplier that sharpens your advantage and lets you stay ahead of the curve. Building on that, resourcefulness is indispensable. When the path to success gets blocked, find another way. Resourcefulness is creativity in action, the ability to leverage whatever you have to keep moving. Success is rarely achieved with everything perfectly in place. You'll have to adapt, create, and make the best of what's in front of you. Develop a mindset that sees solutions, not just obstacles. Cultivate the ability to look at what you have and turn it into what you need. Let's also talk about intensity. Too many people approach their goals half-heartedly, with minimal energy and effort. But success doesn't respond to lukewarm effort. It demands everything. Bring intensity to what you do. Set ambitious goals and tackle them with vigor. Whatever task is at hand, do it fully. Half-hearted efforts lead to half-hearted results. If you want to break through, you need to bring relentless focus and energy, day after day. Intensity creates momentum, and momentum is a powerful force on the path to success. Self-assessment is another essential tool. You can't rely on others to evaluate your progress. You need to look yourself in the eye and ask the hard questions. Are you doing enough? Are you disciplined in your approach? Are you making excuses? Self-assessment is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. By holding yourself to the highest standards, you prevent complacency from creeping in. You recognize where you need to grow and where you're falling short, and you take action to improve. Finally, purpose fuels everything. If you're chasing success without a deeper reason, It will be difficult to keep going when things get tough. Purpose gives meaning to the grind. It's the reason you're willing to face discomfort, to keep pushing when others quit. Purpose is what sustains you through the darkest moments, because you know that what you're doing matters. Success isn't just about the rewards. It's about fulfilling a purpose that drives you, that gives you energy and focus. In this journey, remember, success is not for the faint of heart. It's a challenge that demands your best, that tests your patience, resilience, and willingness to grow. It's not a single accomplishment, but a way of life, a commitment to being relentless in the face of every obstacle. So prepare, adapt, refine your discipline, and keep pushing forward. Success doesn't respond to excuses, hesitation, or weakness. It bows only to those who come prepared, who stay adaptable, who refuse to be broken, and who pursue it with intensity and purpose every day. We refuse to be anything less than exceptional. In a world that settles, that clings to comfort, and shies away from greatness, we are the exception. We are the ones who rise above mediocrity, who set a standard that most can't comprehend. We are the few who demand more from ourselves, who hold ourselves to a higher ideal. Today we decide to be extraordinary, to act as if we are already at the peak of our potential. This isn't arrogance, it's certainty. It's the understanding that we hold the power to shape our lives, our destinies, by adopting a mindset, a resolve that no one can shake. Imagine a version of yourself who operates at the highest level, a version who moves with purpose, speaks with conviction, and acts with unwavering confidence. This isn't about pretending. It's about embracing the mindset of excellence and carrying yourself as if you are already the best. Because when you commit to this belief, something profound begins to shift within you. You start to believe it, to embody it, and eventually, to live it. This self-assurance isn't about being flawless. It's about recognizing the immense potential within you and demanding nothing short of greatness from yourself. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean you're done growing. On the contrary, it's a commitment to endless improvement, a dedication to push yourself further each day. True mastery is a path, not a destination, and the greatest among us are relentless in their pursuit of growth. We set ambitious goals, work tirelessly, and hold ourselves accountable at every step. Each day is a chance to refine, to learn, and to take one more step toward our highest potential. To act as if you're the best is to embody a mindset of resilience, discipline, and unwavering focus. It's about committing to a vision that you refuse to compromise on, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks. This path is not easy. It is paved with challenges, doubts, and discomfort. But for those who dare to walk it, the rewards are profound. You don't just achieve success, you become success. Every choice you make, every action you take, moves you closer to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and impact. Think about it. What if, in every interaction, every challenge, every opportunity, you showed up as the best version of yourself? How would you handle adversity? How would you treat those around you? How would you face your own fears? This approach doesn't just transform you, it transforms the world around you. Others begin to notice your energy, your resolve, and it challenges them to raise their standards too. You become a catalyst for greatness, inspiring those around you to find their own strength. This isn't just about putting on a facade. It's about consciously choosing to operate at your highest potential, day in and day out. It's about holding yourself to a standard so high that it demands excellence. You are no longer a passive participant in your life. You're an architect, a sculptor, chiseling away at weakness, shaping yourself into a force to be reckoned with. When you act as if you are the best, you aren't faking it. You are practicing. You are rehearsing for the role of your highest self, embodying the qualities of someone who has already reached the pinnacle of success. When challenges arise, act as if they are nothing more than opportunities. When setbacks occur, respond with resilience. When doubt creeps in, face it with unbreakable confidence. This is the warrior's path, a path of self-mastery, of discipline, of relentless pursuit. It's a path few dare to tread, but one that leads to the kind of fulfillment and success that others can only dream of. In everything you do, act as if you are the best, not out of pride, but out of respect for the potential within you. Commit to being your best, to pushing your boundaries, to refusing anything less than excellence. Remember, this isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about who you become. The truly great don't settle for good enough. They are constantly in pursuit of their own personal best. They understand that to act as if you're the best is not about being superior to others. It's about being superior to your former self. It's about showing up every day as a relentless force of discipline and purpose. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing that you've given everything you have to every endeavor, to every challenge, to every moment. When you act as if you're the best, something magical happens. You begin to raise the standards in every area of your life. Mediocrity becomes intolerable. Excuses fade into the background. You start to see every day as an opportunity to improve, to excel, to become more than you were yesterday. You stop accepting less than what you're capable of, and instead, you demand more. More effort, more focus, more resilience. This is the power of acting as if you're the best. It sets an expectation that fuels a drive within you, pushing you to grow beyond your limits. Consider the impact this mindset has on your relationships. When you act as if you are the best partner, friend, or parent, you show up with a level of presence and compassion that few can match. You bring out the best in others because you expect the best of yourself. You listen deeply, communicate clearly, and show up fully. You become a source of strength and inspiration for those around you, someone they can rely on, someone they can look up to. In your health and fitness, this mindset transforms the way you treat your body. You start to see yourself as a high-performance machine, deserving of care, respect, and nourishment. You make choices that fuel your vitality, choices that build strength, endurance, and resilience. You don't just work out, you train. You don't just eat, you fuel. You don't just rest, you recover. Every decision becomes intentional, each action a step toward becoming the strongest, healthiest version of yourself. Financially, acting as if you're the best shifts the way you view money, opportunity, and value. You start to see wealth not just as a number in an account, but as a tool to create impact, to build a legacy, to make a difference. You become more disciplined in your spending, more strategic in your investments, and more intentional about creating financial freedom. You understand that money is not the goal. It's a resource that can empower you to live life on your terms, to support those you love, and to contribute to something greater than yourself. Some may see this mindset as arrogant, as a false display of confidence, but they don't understand the truth. Acting as if you're the best isn't about pretending. It's about training. It's about practicing greatness until it becomes your reality. Human beings are creatures of habit, shaped by what we consistently do. When you consistently carry yourself with confidence, when you approach every task with excellence, when you set high standards and refuse to compromise, you begin to embody those qualities. The world responds to how you carry yourself. When you act as if you're the best, people start to treat you differently. They see your confidence, your poise, your certainty, and they respond to it. Opportunities begin to appear. Doors that were once closed begin to open, and people are drawn to your energy. This isn't about fooling anyone. It's about fooling your own mind. It's about tricking that inner voice that says you're not good enough, silencing the doubts, and reinforcing a belief in your own power. Most people go through life listening to a voice that tells them they're not enough, that they don't deserve success, that they aren't capable of achieving greatness. But that voice is a lie, a remnant of self-doubt and past experiences that have no place in your future. When you act as if you're the best, you reprogram that voice. You tell it, I am enough. I am capable. I am destined for greatness. And the more you tell yourself this, the more you begin to believe it, to embody it, and to live it. Let's be clear. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean ignoring your weaknesses. It means acknowledging them, accepting them, and using them as fuel for growth. The truly great are brutally honest with themselves. They don't run from their flaws. They face them head on, turning each weakness into a strength, each challenge into an opportunity for improvement. When you act as if you're the best, you're not pretending to be perfect. You're committing to be better, to push yourself to new heights, to continually refine and elevate yourself. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you embraced this mindset in everything you do. Picture yourself walking into every situation with confidence, knowing that you are prepared, capable, and worthy. Visualize yourself facing challenges with resilience, with a mindset that says, I will not be defeated. See yourself treating each person you encounter with respect, with compassion, with a level of presence that commands respect in return. This is not just about external success. It's about internal transformation. When you act as if you're the best, you transform your internal landscape. You shift from doubt to certainty, from hesitation to action, from fear to courage. You become the kind of person who naturally attracts success, who naturally overcomes obstacles, who naturally lives a life of purpose and fulfillment. This isn't a temporary fix. It's a permanent change, a new way of living that elevates every aspect of your existence. And here's the real beauty of this mindset. It doesn't just change you, it changes the world around you. When you raise your standards, when you commit to excellence, you create an environment where others are inspired to do the same. Your commitment to greatness becomes a beacon, a source of strength that lights the way for others. When you act as if you're the best, you aren't just lifting yourself up, you're elevating everyone around you. You set an example, one that shows others what's possible when you live with purpose, with discipline, and with relentless dedication. Imagine the ripple effect. People start to notice your energy, your commitment, your drive. They see that you're not bound by limitations, that you refuse to settle. This inspires them to confront their own doubts, to face their own fears, to rise above the mediocrity they once accepted. Your life, lived at the highest level, becomes a silent challenge to everyone who crosses your path. A challenge to step up, to raise their own standards, to strive for greatness. This is what it means to be the best, not simply to achieve for oneself, but to ignite the same fire in others. By holding yourself to a higher standard, you create a culture of excellence, one that spreads, one that becomes unstoppable. In your family, in your workplace, in your community, you become a leader without ever needing to claim the title. Your actions, your dedication, your refusal to accept anything less than the best make you a natural leader, someone who inspires others, not by words alone, but by example. The journey doesn't end with one victory. Acting as if you're the best means continuously pushing forward, evolving, and adapting. It's about recognizing that there is always another level to reach, another challenge to conquer. You remain hungry, humble, and relentless in your pursuit of excellence. This is not a temporary mindset. It's a lifelong commitment to being the best version of yourself. And with each victory, each accomplishment, you only grow stronger, more determined, more capable of achieving the impossible. In every moment, with every action, remind yourself of who you are and who you're becoming. You are not here to live an ordinary life. You are here to rise, to conquer, to leave a legacy that speaks of resilience, courage, and greatness. Act as if you're the best, and let this belief drive you to places you once thought out of reach. Refuse to be anything less than exceptional. This is your life. This is your path. Take it, own it, and walk it with unbreakable resolve. The world will make way for those who know where they're going, and those who act as if they are the best are the ones who shape history. So rise up, claim your place, and let your life be a testament to what is possible when you refuse to settle, when you dare to believe, and when you act as if you are destined for greatness. This is your time. Embrace it, live it, become it. We want you to take a moment to relax. Let the worries of the day melt to the wayside. You are here in this moment. Take a moment of gratitude that you made it through another 24 hours on the earth. We are here because we care. We care about the silent few, the ones not driven by the group mind, the outliers, the misfits, the renegades. To live a fulfilling life is to be courageous. It takes courage to be happy. I say that because it takes courage to look at the universe we live in for what it is. An intricate maze of fortune and downfall, pain and pleasure. You are here for a reason. You stumbled on this video from an itch of curiosity mixed with the desire to want more. Not just for yourself, but for those around you. We are GrimFace, saints in a world of demons. We walk in silence among the masses because we know that to work in silence is to be effective. Take a moment to clear the static and noise of the day and settle in as we uncover the habits of the billionaire mind. Not to regurgitate surface-level strategies, but to delve into the nature of commerce, service, and reward. Let's get started. In a world where success is glorified but rarely understood, where everyone claims they want to rise but few actually know the path, there exists a rare breed, the relentless few who have set themselves up to be untouchable. They've crafted their lives in a way that even failure cannot shake them. They've stacked their strength so high, fortified their foundation so well, that they stand unbreakable. If you want to join their ranks, if you're ready to turn your life into something unshakable, then listen closely. The rules of real power are hidden, buried beneath distractions, misunderstood by the masses. But here, right now, we're going to unveil the lessons that can transform you. These aren't tricks or shortcuts. They're the principles that the billionaires and unstoppable minds have used to rise to the top. These rules aren't for the faint-hearted. They're for those who want to create a life that's beyond circumstance, beyond the limitations others live by. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Build your skill set, not your lifestyle. They want you to chase appearances, to fall for the trap of shiny objects and flashy lifestyles. They want you to think success is found in things, in luxuries, in what you can flaunt. But those who've truly made it know a deeper truth. Real power, real security, comes from within. It's built on skills, not on things. Because the cars, the houses, the luxury, they're just a byproduct, not the source. If all your money, all your success were stripped away, would you still be valuable? If the answer isn't a resounding yes, then you're building your life on sand. Here's the truth. You must invest in yourself before all else. Pour every ounce of your effort, every resource you can into honing your skills. Not just any skills, but the high-leverage ones that set you apart, the ones that make you unreplaceable. First on this list is sales. Sales isn't about trickery. It's about communicating value. It's the art of persuasion, of demonstrating why you're worth the investment. Because at every stage of life, you'll be selling. Whether it's your ideas, your vision, or your products, you'll need to communicate your worth. Without this skill, you'll always rely on someone else to open doors for you. You'll be a bystander, hoping that someone else can deliver your message. But if you can master sales, you'll never need to wait. You'll be in control of your own destiny, able to open doors, close deals, and create value from thin air. Billionaires aren't at the mercy of anyone else. They know how to persuade, how to influence, how to make others see their vision. This is the first layer of your unbreakable foundation. Then comes networking. They don't want you to understand this, but every powerful person is connected. Alone, you're limited. But when you're plugged into a network of others who see your value, you become unstoppable. Real networking isn't about socializing. It's about value exchange. Most people walk into a room and wonder what they can get. The unstoppable ones walk into a room and ask, "What can I give?" When you walk in with value, with purpose, people listen. They remember you. They connect you to others. You must build relationships that transcend circumstance, connections so strong that even if you lose everything, you'll have people ready to stand with you, to lift you up and help you rebuild faster than before. Leadership is your next tool, and it's what separates the powerful from the replaceable. Millionaires build systems. Billionaires build people. Systems will only get you so far. Machines can replicate systems, but only people can create empires. And here's the truth about people. They don't want to be managed. They want to be led. If you want to be a force, learn to lead. Help others see their potential, develop their strengths, and inspire loyalty so fierce that they'd follow you into any battle. When you build your people, they build your empire. It's not about power. It's about cultivating trust, investing in others' growth as if it were your own. This is where the true return on investment lies, the kind that compounds in ways money never can. Lastly, vision. Without vision, you're a ship lost at sea. Every billionaire, every unstoppable individual has one thing in common. They can see further than anyone else. Vision isn't a dream. It's a blueprint, a guide that keeps you anchored. You must be clear, 100% certain of where you're going. You must believe in it so fiercely that no setback, no defeat, no amount of doubt can shake you. This vision will be tested over and over. But if you hold on to it, if you breathe life into it every day, it will become unbreakable. With vision comes resilience, because when others can't see what you see, they'll give up, but not you. You'll keep pushing, because you're driven by something greater than the opinions of others. You're driven by your own purpose, and that's unstoppable. Lesson 2. Move against the herd. They tell you to follow trends, to go where everyone else is going. But the harsh reality is that the herd is almost always wrong. The herd is driven by fear, by short-sightedness, by comfort. If you follow them, you'll be trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. The truly powerful, the billionaires, they follow a different rule. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. It's simple but profound. When everyone else is rushing toward an opportunity, you should be wary. Remember, most people are driven by hype, not insight. They get caught up in the wave without looking beneath the surface. But if you can step back, if you can see the bigger picture, you'll recognize the dangers they're blind to. This is what sets the powerful apart. They don't follow blindly. They move strategically, aware of when to act and when to wait. The real opportunities lie in the shadows, in places others ignore, because they're too busy following the crowd. If you can train yourself to move against the herd, to see value where others see risk, you'll find opportunities that others miss. This is what kept billionaires standing when the market crashed, when others lost everything. They moved left when everyone else moved right. It's not a game for the faint-hearted, but then again, nothing worthwhile ever is. You have to be willing to stand alone, to trust your instincts when everyone else is shouting in the opposite direction. And that's where real power lies. Lesson 3. Concentrate before you diversify. They want you to believe that spreading yourself thin is the key to safety. They tell you to hedge your bets, to dip your toes in a dozen different things so you're protected. But billionaires understand that true power comes from concentration. Diversification, they know, is the path of those who are afraid to commit. When you're starting out, there is no room for scattering your efforts. You need to pour every ounce of your energy, every resource, every second into mastering one thing. Mastery isn't built by dabbling, it's built by deep focus. Pick a skill, a niche, a mission, and become relentless in it. Pour your energy into it until you're not just good, but irreplaceable. Diversification comes later, once you have a foundation so solid that you can afford to branch out without weakening yourself. And when you do reach that point, take the advice of those who've made it. Protect half of your gains in solid, stable investments. The other half, use it to take calculated risks, to push forward, to expand in ways that create more value. When you're finally in a position to diversify, you're not doing it out of fear. You're doing it out of strength, out of a position of power. This is how the truly powerful preserve their wealth, how they remain unshakable while others are scrambling to hold on to scraps. They know that with one solid, unbreakable foundation, they can build an empire. Lesson 4. Play the long game. Be greedy for the future. Look around you. Most people live in a 6-month mindset, a 1-year mindset. They want instant results, instant wins, instant gratification. But that's the mindset of the weak. The powerful understand something the masses never will. The real rewards come with patience. Billionaires are long-term greedy. They don't care about making a quick buck today. They're playing a game that spans decades. A game where the prize isn't small, it's monumental. When you focus on the long term, you're building momentum, creating a force that will carry you forward far beyond the immediate. Short-term greed is for the desperate. It's for those who can't see past their own noses. But if you're here to build something that lasts, then you need to set your eyes on the horizon. Look 10 years out, 20 years out. The truly powerful are generous in the short term. They build goodwill, they invest in others, they create connections that will serve them in the long run. And while the short-sighted scramble for scraps, the long-term thinkers build mountains. They're not just playing for today, they're laying the groundwork for an empire That's the mindset you need. Extend your time horizon, think big, and refuse to settle for small rewards. The world is filled with people who gave up on greatness for short-term gain. Don't let that be you. The final stand. Forge a path they can't take from you. Here's the brutal truth. Most people aren't prepared to succeed. They're weighed down by comfort, held back by fear, content to live in the shadows of those who dared to rise. But if you're here, then you're not like them. You're here because you want something more. You want to be untouchable, unstoppable, unbreakable. GrimFace is in your corner, standing with you in the face of a world that doesn't want to see you rise. They want you compliant, dependent, a follower in a world of followers. But that's not your path. Your path is one of mastery, of strength, of creating a life so solid that no force can shake you. Build your skills, deepen your connections, lead with vision, and never follow the herd. Create a life they cannot take from you. In the year 2025, we're living in a new socio-economic landscape. The world has changed, and so must we. In this environment, you can't afford to let another day slip by, senseless and wasted. To survive, and not just survive, but thrive, you need to wake up, take control, and commit to your own evolution. Because the powers that be, they want you stagnant. They want you predictable. But the only way to escape this matrix is to rise above, to embrace discipline, and take ownership of your life like never before. Imagine this: waking up each morning with a laser-focused vision, unshaken by obstacles, relentlessly driven by purpose. This isn't a dream. This is the reality you can create, but only if you are willing to put in the work. Sure, imagination and faith are powerful, but they're only the beginning. Without action, they're just whispers in the wind, ideas with no impact. So take that vision and put it into motion. You have to go to work on your dreams, your health, your relationships. There's no shortcut. If you want it, you must grind for it. In 2025, comfort is the enemy. We live in a world that glorifies ease, that tells you to take it slow, to keep your head down. But the truth, success demands that you move differently, that you stop drifting and start dominating. Go to work on yourself, and don't waste another second waiting for permission or perfect conditions. Nobody's coming to hand you anything. Discipline over dreams. Dreams are easy. The hard part is discipline. The hard part is staying consistent day after day, no matter how tough it gets. You've got to measure your progress relentlessly. Like a warrior in battle, you must constantly assess your position, your strategy, and your outcomes. Are you making measurable progress, or are you standing still? Success doesn't tolerate idle hands or wasted days. It rewards those who show up relentlessly, those who refuse to be left behind. Track your results every day. If you're not where you want to be, don't make excuses. Make adjustments. Evaluate your actions. Are they getting you closer to the life you want? If not, change them. Don't waste precious time pretending everything's fine when it's not. In 2025, only those who are ruthlessly honest with themselves will make it. The rest will fade into the background, lost to the noise. Take control. Take responsibility. This year isn't just about setting goals. It's about relentless accountability. If you don't take responsibility for your progress, you're just a spectator in your own life. Don't kid yourself. Stop waiting for a miracle. Miracles come to those who work for them. If you're not putting in the effort, you're just wasting time. The truth may be hard to swallow, but it's the foundation of true growth. Every time you make a promise to yourself and keep it, every time you commit and follow through, you're strengthening your core, building an unbreakable foundation. You want to change your life? Start with you. Change your mindset, your habits, your approach. When you do this, you change your value, and the world will start to pay attention. Real progress is ruthless. Success is a game of numbers, of measurable gains, of progress you can see and count. In 2025, there's no room for lingering, for playing it safe, for staying in one place. Move up or get left behind. If you're stuck, if you're not growing, you're falling behind. There's no standing still in this new world. Progress doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. You have to make decisions based on growth. Cut out what doesn't serve you. Double down on what does. Success isn't a mystery. It's a series of deliberate actions. It's about setting high standards, tracking your efforts, and continually adjusting. Measure, improve, and move forward relentlessly. The truth about pain and growth. There's no avoiding the grind. This world wasn't built for those who want an easy life. It rewards those who thrive in discomfort. No pain, no gain. That's not just a saying. It's a law. Without struggle, there's no growth. Without challenge, there's no strength. You don't build resilience and comfort. You build it by pushing yourself to the edge, again and again. Discomfort is where growth lives. Embrace it. Seek it out. Voluntary discomfort is the training ground for greatness. Fast when you don't challenge your body and your mind. Learn to love the grind because in 2025, only the relentless survive. Every day, face challenges with the mindset of a warrior. Pain is temporary, but growth lasts. Elevate your circle. Elevate your mind. In this new landscape, the people around you can either lift you up or drag you down. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you, who make you uncomfortable because they demand more. Don't let small minds limit your potential. The average want you to stay average, but if you want greatness, find others who do too. Guard your mind. Choose your influences carefully. The voices you let into your head will either empower you or weaken you. Make sure they push you toward discipline, toward mastery, and away from mediocrity. Your circle is your environment. Make it one that drives you forward, not one that holds you back. Endure today to win tomorrow. Everyone wants results, but few are willing to endure. To achieve anything in this new world, you must learn to wait, to delay gratification, to resist the easy path. Set your sights on the long game. In a world obsessed with instant rewards, your ability to delay, to persist, will set you apart. Success belongs to those who endure, who outlast. Delayed gratification isn't about denial. It's about strength. It's the art of sacrificing now to gain later, of resisting fleeting pleasure to secure lasting success. Each day that you resist the urge for shortcuts, you build resilience. You forge a foundation of discipline that can withstand anything. In 2025, your ability to wait, to work, and to stay the course will be the difference between mediocrity and mastery. You versus you. Take the final step to freedom. In this world, you are your only competition. It's you against every excuse, every doubt, every comfort that tries to seduce you back into complacency. Master your mind, conquer your impulses, and become immune to the distractions that keep others trapped. Real freedom is knowing that nothing outside yourself can control your destiny. The Stoics taught that freedom is found in self-mastery. Control your reactions, your thoughts, your choices. Don't let external events dictate your emotions. Hold steady in the storm, remain grounded, and let nothing shake your focus. Every day, face yourself. Ask if you're stronger, sharper, more disciplined than yesterday. This is the only path to greatness. This is not the time to be passive, to let the days slide by in a blur of wasted potential. This is the year of action, of relentless improvement, of taking back control. In 2025, quit the excuses, cut the distractions, and go to work. Make every day count, because the cost of inaction is a lifetime of regret. The world is changing fast. Don't get left behind. If you're serious about breaking free in 2025, understand this. The only path to greatness is through relentless action, daily accountability, and unshakable resilience. The world around you will try to lull you into passivity. The distractions, the comforts, the false promises of instant success. They're all traps designed to keep you from rising. But if you want a life that's yours, if you want to escape the mediocrity that surrounds you, then you must be willing to go further, to work harder, and to take complete ownership of every second, every choice, every moment. Building relentless momentum. Every action counts. Success doesn't respond to half-hearted efforts. Every day, every small action either pushes you forward or pulls you back. Momentum is your greatest ally, but it only builds if you show up consistently. It's about hitting your goals day after day until discipline becomes second nature, until you're moving forward like an unstoppable force. This isn't a sprint. It's a relentless march toward mastery. Create rituals that serve your purpose. Structure your mornings, define your evenings, and eliminate anything that disrupts your momentum. Small daily wins are more powerful than sporadic bursts of motivation. These habits build a solid foundation, one that can't be shaken when challenges arise. In a world that's constantly shifting, only those with consistent routines will thrive. Don't wait for inspiration. Train yourself to act even when it's hard. Train yourself to move, no matter what. Guarding your mind, a fortress against negativity. In this new world, your mind is your sanctuary, and you must protect it fiercely. Doubts will creep in, criticism will come, and failures will happen. But these don't define you. Only your response does. The Stoics taught that your mind is the one thing truly within your control. Guard it. Don't let negativity, from others or from yourself, pollute your vision. When fear arises, confesses, silence it with action. Make your mind a fortress that no negativity can penetrate. Surround yourself with positive inputs, books, mentors, and challenges that inspire growth. Limit the time you spend with people who drain your energy or feed your doubts. You are what you consume, mentally, emotionally, and physically. If you want to rise, then feed your mind with resilience, with thoughts that lift you, with challenges that make you stronger. Harnessing discipline as your superpower. Discipline is not just a skill, it's your armor, your weapon, your lifeline. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. In a world of shortcuts, your discipline is your edge. Commit to your goals, not just in word, but in action, every single day. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the hours of effort that no one else sees. But discipline is what will sustain you when motivation fades. When you feel the urge to give in, remind yourself that discipline is the path to freedom. True freedom isn't doing whatever you want whenever you feel like it. True freedom is having the power to do what needs to be done, no matter what. It's the strength to hold to your standards, to stick to your goals, to push past every excuse. In 2025, discipline is the currency of success. If you want to succeed, then learn to wield it with ruthless consistency. Adopting a mindset of resilience, thriving in the face of setbacks. Setbacks are inevitable, but defeat is a choice. The world will throw obstacles in your path, and if you're not prepared, they'll knock you down. But true resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure define you. It's about using every setback as fuel to come back stronger. When things go wrong, don't retreat. Adapt. The Stoics believed that obstacles are opportunities in disguise, that every hardship is a test meant to make you stronger. When you're hit by failure, look it in the eye, learn from it, and move forward. Don't let temporary defeats become permanent limitations. Resilience is the mindset that transforms obstacles into stepping stones, that uses every hardship to build strength. In a world that's constantly changing, resilience is the one constant that will carry you through. Train yourself to thrive in discomfort, to embrace setbacks as part of the journey. This is the path to true greatness. Mastering your environment. Set yourself up for success. You're a product of your environment, whether you realize it or not. The people you surround yourself with, the spaces you work in, and the routines you follow all shape your destiny. In 2025, if you want to achieve greatness, you must take complete control of your environment. Eliminate distractions, create spaces that inspire focus, and surround yourself with people who elevate you. Success isn't built in isolation, but with intention. If your environment doesn't support your goals, change it. If your friends don't push you to be better, find new ones. If your routines aren't leading you closer to your purpose, redefine them. Every aspect of your life should be aligned with your vision. Don't leave anything to chance. Create an environment where growth is the default, where success becomes inevitable. Crafting a long-term vision. Focus beyond today. In a world obsessed with instant results, you must learn to play the long game. Set goals that stretch far beyond the immediate, that challenge you to think about where you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years. This isn't just about achieving a single dream. It's about building a legacy, creating a life of purpose. The Stoics understood that true fulfillment comes from working towards something greater than oneself. Don't just focus on the short-term rewards. Set a vision that pushes you, that demands your best. This long-term vision will act as your compass, guiding your actions, keeping you steady through every challenge. When things get hard, and they will, your vision is what will keep you moving forward. It's what will remind you why you started and what's waiting for you on the other side. In 2025, only those with a clear and unwavering vision will succeed. Self-mastery, the final frontier. All of this comes down to one thing: self-mastery. If you can master yourself, you can master your life. In a world that wants you distracted, weak, and dependent, self-mastery is the ultimate rebellion. It's the ability to control your impulses, to command your thoughts, and to drive your actions with purpose. Every habit, every discipline, every routine you build is a step towards self-mastery. And with self-mastery comes power. The power to shape your reality, to defy the odds, and to rise above. In 2025, self-mastery isn't just a virtue, it's a necessity. Without it, you'll be swept away by the tides of mediocrity, by the distractions and the comforts that keep most people from greatness. But with self-mastery, there's nothing you can't achieve. You become unbreakable, unstoppable, a force to be reckoned with. Final challenge: own your life. This is your year, your chance to take full ownership of your life. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't waste another day. The world is changing fast, and only those who act with purpose, who embrace discipline, who pursue resilience will thrive. Quit drifting. Quit waiting. Take every single moment and make it count. In 2025, you don't have the luxury of waiting. You only have the responsibility to act. Get relentless. Get focused. And remember, every choice you make either pulls you closer to greatness or further away. Choose wisely. Live deliberately. And let this year be the beginning of the life you were born to live. The human spirit and mind are evolving, and we stand at a crossroads. Our minds have a capacity far greater than we often realize, an innate power that too few dare to reach. We're living in a time where our thoughts can shape worlds, where ideas can change lives. But potential alone is nothing without action. The mind is a double-edged sword. Left undisciplined, it can be the very thing that holds us back, traps us in cycles of weakness and limitation. Yet, if we choose to master it, to truly harness its strength, the human mind becomes unstoppable, a force capable of rewriting destiny itself. Imagine your mind as an untamed creature, wild and unpredictable. It pulls you in every direction, distracted by impulses, by fear, by fleeting desires. This is the default state for most, a life controlled by whims and untrained thoughts, shackled by the inertia of mediocrity. But within each of us lies the capacity to discipline this mind, to bend it to our will. The question is, are we willing to do what it takes to reach that level of control? Are we ready to face the truth that nothing worthwhile comes without discipline? The path of discipline is not for the faint-hearted. It requires vigilance and a relentless pursuit of mastery. Discipline is not something you achieve once and coast on forever. It's a daily battle, a constant struggle against the path of least resistance. Yes, it's hard work, but that's exactly what makes it valuable. Only those willing to push through the discomfort will emerge as something greater. Only those who embrace the pain of discipline can transform that pain into power. You see, the mind is like a wild horse. Left to its own devices, it will run rampant, chasing every thought, every distraction, every shiny object that catches its eye. But a disciplined mind is like a horse that has been trained, focused, and honed. It is sharp, obedient, and directed solely toward your goals. It moves with purpose, every thought aligned with intention. Imagine the power of a mind like that, a mind that doesn't get derailed by every fleeting emotion or impulse, a mind that remains unshaken in the face of adversity. That is the kind of power that discipline brings. Discipline is the foundation of every great achievement, of every lasting success. Look at the lives of history's greatest achievers, the leaders, the inventors, the visionaries. Do you think they stumbled upon greatness by accident? Do you think they allowed their minds to wander aimlessly, to succumb to laziness and excuses? They disciplined their minds. They learned to harness the incredible power of focus, determination, and resilience, and they directed it toward their purpose. But how does one discipline the mind? It begins with awareness. You must become acutely aware of the thoughts and impulses that hold you back. When you catch yourself procrastinating, indulging in negative self-talk, or getting distracted by trivial pursuits, you must call yourself out. You must shine a light on those habits, the ones that keep you small, that keep you trapped in mediocrity. Only then can you begin to change. Awareness is the first step to mastery, because it allows you to see the chains that bind you. Once you have this awareness, you can start creating new habits. Habits of discipline, focus, and disciplined mind. You're no longer at the mercy of your thoughts or emotions. You're no longer controlled by your fears, insecurities, or whims. You become the captain of your own ship, steering your life in the direction you choose, unaffected by the storms of circumstance. Discipline frees you from the chaos of distraction, giving you a laser focus that slices through the noise of the world. And that's not just about achieving success. It's about achieving mastery over yourself. There will be days when the struggle feels overwhelming. Discipline is not easy. It demands sacrifice and a willingness to endure discomfort. But anything worth having in life requires effort. Anything that truly matters demands that you push beyond what feels comfortable. Think of the inventors, the artists, the leaders who changed the world. They did not achieve their greatness by taking the easy path. They didn't let distractions or doubts derail them. They focused. They persevered. They chose to conquer their minds before conquering the world. So, ask yourself, are you willing to make that choice? Are you ready to harness the incredible power within you, the power of a mind sharpened by discipline? Are you ready to face the inner struggle, the constant battle against weakness and temptation? Because that is what it takes. The journey will be hard, but it will also be worth it. Each step forward, each small victory over yourself, brings you closer to unlocking your full potential. Let me be clear. Disciplining your mind is not a glamorous process. It's a daily grind, a relentless commitment to doing what needs to be done, even when it's inconvenient, even when you'd rather quit. But that's the beauty of it. The struggle itself is what transforms you. Each time you resist the urge to give in to distraction, you're building strength. Each time you push through discomfort, you're forging resilience. Over time, these small acts of discipline compound, and one day, they become who you are. Think about those who radiate confidence and calm, even in the midst of chaos. These are people who have disciplined their minds. They've learned to tune out the noise and focus on what truly matters. This is the power of discipline. It allows you to cut through the clutter and stay true to your values, your goals, your purpose. It frees you from the chains of fear, doubt, and distraction that hold so many people back. When you discipline your mind, you unlock a power that goes beyond ordinary achievements. This is about a deeper transformation, one that touches the core of who you are. It's about realizing that you control your reality. It's about becoming someone who does not falter in the face of adversity, who stands firm against the waves of distraction and weakness. Disciplining your mind is like forging a blade. Each act of focus sharpens it. Each decision to push through discomfort strengthens it. In time, your mind becomes a weapon, a force that cannot be bent or broken by the petty distractions of the world. And when you have that kind of power, you can achieve things you once thought impossible. No goal is too ambitious. No dream too distant. The disciplined mind knows no limits. So I ask you, are you ready to embark on this journey? Are you prepared to do what it takes to rise above the ordinary, to become a master of your own mind? If the answer is yes, then let's begin. The journey will not be easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. You will stumble, you will fall. But each time you will get back up, stronger, sharper, more determined. Because with each step you take, you are reclaiming control. You are becoming the master of your destiny. Picture this: a life where every thought, every action, every decision aligns with your purpose. A life where distractions lose their grip on you. where fear and doubt no longer have the power to hold you back. This is what discipline gives you. It is the key that unlocks the life you've always dreamed of, the path to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So let's make a pact, you and I. Let's commit to this path, to choosing discipline over comfort, growth over stagnation. Let's embrace the discomfort, the struggle, and the sacrifice that come with it. Because at the end of this path lies a power beyond measure, a strength that is unbreakable, and a mind that is truly unstoppable. The journey begins now. Take that first step. Discipline your mind, harness your power, and let the world witness the force of a mind that has been unleashed. There are no limits. There are no barriers. There is only you, relentless, focused, and ready to claim the life that is rightfully yours. So ask yourself one last time, are you ready to step into your greatness? Are you ready to discipline your mind and unlock the full potential of who you are? If so, then let's get to work. Darkness closes in, a constant companion that weighs down your mind, feeding you doubts, amplifying every struggle. It's like a heavy fog, thick with obstacles that seem to have no end. The world might tell you to look for a way out, to find the easy route. But here's the truth, no one wants to hear. There are no shortcuts. There is no escape from the climb. The only way out of this struggle is to put your head down, lock your focus, and keep moving forward, one relentless step at a time. Life doesn't hand out victories to the weak or the hesitant. If you're in the trenches, if every day feels like a battle, then understand this. The only way forward is through sheer grit. Keep pushing. Keep going. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it's real. And remember, you're not alone. GrimFace is right here in your corner, rooting for you, watching as you claw your way out of the depths. This is more than a motivational speech. This is a call to arms. This journey isn't about quick success or instant gratification. It's about survival, about transforming yourself into someone who's unbreakable, someone the world can't defeat. Now let's dive into each step, each hard-fought lesson that will guide you on this path. Step 1. Get ruthlessly serious. The first step to any transformation, get serious, truly serious. This isn't about half-hearted promises or fleeting motivation. It's about committing on a level so deep, it reshapes you. No more dabbling, no more dancing around your potential. Stop listening to distractions. Stop entertaining anything that doesn't serve your purpose. When I say get serious, I mean become ruthless in your focus. Decide, right here and now, that you're done with mediocrity, that you're through with the endless cycle of excuses. The road you're about to take demands a level of commitment few are willing to give. It's not a casual journey. It's not about comfort. It's about raw, undiluted determination. Look around you. Most people live in a fog, wandering aimlessly, chasing after temporary highs and comfort. But that's not your path. The moment you choose to take your life seriously, you step into a rare group, a breed that doesn't wait for the world to hand them success. You carve it out, step by painful step. Getting serious means setting your goals with laser precision, visualizing the life you're prepared to fight for, and refusing to let anything distract you from it. If you're here to play it safe, then step away now. But if you're ready to give everything you have, to demand more from yourself every single day, then welcome to the path. This is where the weak are left behind, and the relentless push forward. Step 2. Cultivate unbreakable wisdom. The world around you is always shifting, evolving. And if you want to keep up, no, if you want to dominate, you must get smarter every day. Knowledge isn't something that falls into your lap. It's a weapon you earn through relentless pursuit. To build yourself into something unbreakable, you need wisdom that goes beyond the surface. It's not just about knowing a few facts or reading a motivational quote. It's about internalizing principles that will guide you through the darkest storms. This is about cultivating unbreakable wisdom, the kind that sharpens you, strengthens you, and prepares you for any battle. You have to seek knowledge like it's a lifeline, because in many ways, it is. Devour books, study your failures, extract lessons from your experiences, and let every piece of knowledge become a building block in the fortress you're constructing. Every day, become just a bit wiser, a bit sharper. Knowledge is power, but only if you wield it with intent. Let every insight, every lesson strengthen your mind. Take notes, keep a journal, absorb everything that can prepare you for what lies ahead. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Sharpen it relentlessly. The ignorant are vulnerable, but the wise are fortified against the storms. So get smarter, harder, and wiser with every single day, self with wisdom that cuts through the noise. Step 3. Keep moving, no matter what. Nothing will happen if you stand still. All the knowledge, all the wisdom in the world is worthless if you don't act on it. This is the step that separates dreamers from doers. The step where people either rise or fall. You can't afford to stand still, to let hesitation chain you down. Every day you're not moving forward is a day you're falling behind. Action is your salvation, your way out of the rut. When you feel the weight of doubt, the pull of hesitation, you have to force yourself to take that first step, even if it's small. Progress doesn't demand perfection. It demands movement, no matter how imperfect it is. Think of action as your way of breaking free. Every time you move forward, every small action you take, it's like striking a blow against the walls of doubt that try to hold you back. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep building momentum. You're not here to wait for the perfect moment or to have everything figured out. The only thing you need to do is take the next step. Push through the resistance, ignore the need for everything to be just right, and keep going. With every step, you gain strength. With every action, you learn, adapt, and grow. Keep moving, and you'll find that the journey itself builds you into someone capable of facing any challenge. Step 4. Fuel the fire. Inside you, there's a fire, a hunger for more, a drive to rise above everything that's tried to hold you back. But that fire needs fuel. And what better fuel than the challenge itself? Get excited, not just about the idea of winning, but about the struggle, the grind. This is about finding excitement in the act of building yourself up, in becoming someone who cannot be stopped. This is about cultivating a passion for progress, for growth, for every inch you gain. Let the fire within you grow with each small victory, with every hard-earned step forward. Excitement isn't just blind optimism. It's the recognition of your potential, the thrill of knowing you have what it takes to overcome. Every step, every move you make, is you proving to yourself that you are more than the obstacles. Don't just wait for success to get excited. Let the excitement come from within, from your own belief in what you're capable of. Let each step you take ignite that flame a little more. There's a fire in you, a deep hunger that won't be satisfied until you've become what you know you can be. Fan those flames every day. Embrace the struggle as fuel. Let it empower you, and never let it die out. Step 5. Embrace solitude. The path to greatness can feel lonely, but solitude is a strength, not a weakness. In a world full of noise, full of endless opinions and distractions, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step away. Embrace the quiet. Use it to reflect, to recharge, and to remind yourself of your purpose. Solitude is where you face yourself, where you have no choice but to confront your doubts, your fears, and your deepest ambitions. Take time to be alone, not to escape, but to prepare, to grow, and to focus. In solitude, you find clarity. It's where you strip away the noise and get real about what you want, what you're willing to do to achieve it. When you step away from the crowd, you start to hear your own voice louder than the voices of others. You start to trust yourself, to understand what drives you. Solitude is where you regain control of your mind and reconnect with your goals. And when you return to the battle, you'll be stronger, sharper, and ready to face whatever comes your way. Take time to get away, not just to rest, but to grow. Remember that even in your quietest moments, GrimFace is there, rooting for you, watching you become who you're meant to be. Final word: keep fighting. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It's not for those who seek comfort or shortcuts. It's for those who are willing to embrace the dark, to push through every ounce of struggle, to build themselves into something unstoppable. GrimFace is here, not to lead you, not to follow you, but to walk with you, shoulder to shoulder, through every brutal step. This isn't a life for everyone. It's a life for the relentless, the unbreakable. So keep your head down, keep moving forward, and remember, every step, every moment of resistance is molding you, forging you into someone the world cannot break. You are not alone in this fight. GrimFace is here, standing with you, rooting for you. Now go. Make your mark. Become someone who's truly unstoppable. This world is built to crush those who lack the will to rise. It thrives on routine, rewards complacency, and buries the rest. Here, survival is a challenge in itself, but thriving, that's a demand reserved for those willing to step beyond the limits others accept. Settling for less reduces you, makes you a part of the machinery, strips you of individuality, leaves you as just another statistic. Yet each of us has something within, a force waiting to be unleashed. It's as vast and unshakable as our potential itself, a power forged in the depths of fear, cultivated in the soil of doubt. Our biggest transformations often rise from our darkest places. So why let fear hold us down? Why allow imaginary chains to bind us, keeping us from discovering how far we could go? The truth is simple. We've forgotten the power of acting as if. Most people around us surrender to the pressures of expectation, letting society dictate their limits. They don't want to push the boundaries. They're content to stay within lines that were drawn by someone else. But the few who go beyond, the ones who create, break barriers, and live with purpose, move with a different kind of resolve. They understand that life rewards those who act as though success is their birthright. It's not delusion. It's the conviction that our potential is waiting, just beyond the walls we've built around ourselves. The world demands that we conform, that we bow to the forces of fear and routine. The voices around us often say, settle down, play it safe, and be realistic. But to break free, we have to shed those limits. When you wake up in the morning, do you move with the certainty that this day could change everything? Or do you fall back into habits that keep you small, predictable, and ordinary? The choice is yours. Imagine how different life would be if you acted as though failure was impossible. Think about the ambitions you've sidelined, the goals you abandoned, because the risk felt too great. Acting as if doesn't mean pretending. It means refusing to let the unknown dictate your life. It means seeing every challenge as a tool for growth and a test of will. Each struggle can be your chance to learn, to adapt, and to build a deeper strength. This isn't about chasing the impossible without regard for reality. It's about transcending what's been imposed on you, about choosing to see obstacles as opportunities, not as deterrents. Every limit we encounter has the potential to become a lesson if we approach it with resilience. The process of growth isn't gentle. It's relentless. It tests you, it tears at your weaknesses, and it demands sacrifice. But the person you become on the other side will thank you for every difficult step. Within you lies the potential to shape your reality, to redefine the boundaries of what's possible. Don't wait for validation from the world. You have the power to reshape your life on your own terms. This power, the power to believe in yourself, isn't about blind optimism. It's about choosing to see beyond immediate circumstances, to trust that you are capable of more than you know. It's about embodying a mindset that refuses to be subdued, that chooses progress over comfort. The act of believing in yourself isn't just a vague, feel-good notion. It's a weapon. It turns hesitation into movement and doubt into determination. And like any weapon, it has to be wielded with intention. Those who rise above are not waiting for proof. They are moving with purpose, with a belief so deeply rooted that every step they take is toward their goal. Take a look at the limits you've placed on yourself. These are not barriers set in stone. They are illusions, boundaries that can be pushed, expanded, or even shattered. Challenge them. The only reality they hold is the one you've accepted. Speak to yourself as if you are powerful, as if success is your only option. Feed your mind with belief. Surround yourself with people who see greatness in you and encourage it. This belief will grow, becoming an unbreakable foundation for every decision you make. Remember, belief alone won't carry you. It must be accompanied by relentless action. Action turns belief into a living force. When you combine the two, nothing can hold you back. Each move you make, each step forward, strengthens your conviction and brings you closer to what you desire. The road won't be easy, but that's the price of freedom, the price of reaching your potential. Your life depends on this belief, on this relentless pursuit. On the other side of your doubts and fears lies the life you've been searching for. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start making every moment count. Step into the unknown with purpose, with the certainty that you have the strength to face whatever comes. Act as if every day is a step closer to your dreams. Move forward as if the obstacles are only temporary. This is the mindset of those who refuse to be ordinary, who refuse to be defined by the past, who make their own path. When fear and doubt creep in, remember, they're not walls, they're tests. They ask only one question: how much do you want this? The answer lies not in words, but in the actions you take, in the commitment you uphold. In the end, your life will not be measured by the dreams you kept hidden, but by the risks you took, by the bold moves that brought those dreams to life. Every day you have a choice: to remain confined by the limits that have been set, or to push beyond them. Life doesn't pause. An opportunity doesn't wait. Each moment you choose comfort, you allow fear to root itself deeper, to dictate your actions, and to hold you back from what you are capable of achieving. But by choosing to confront it, to act as if fear is nothing more than an illusion, you begin to reclaim your power. The most powerful thing you can do is take action. Not massive, showy action, but small, consistent steps forward. This kind of action, the kind that happens even when you're unsure, even when you don't know the full path ahead, is what builds resilience. It's what separates those who talk about change from those who live it. And as you take those steps, you'll find that fear loses its grip. Each move forward, each risk taken, builds a layer of strength you didn't know you had. Belief, however, isn't something that just comes to you in the form of a wish or a fleeting thought. It's something you build and reinforce every single day. With each disciplined choice, each hard decision, you train your mind to trust itself. You create a foundation that's solid enough to carry you even when everything around you is uncertain. This kind of belief doesn't crumble under pressure. It thrives on it. It becomes your armor, your fuel, and your guidance through whatever obstacles come your way. There will be days when the path feels unclear, days when the weight of doubt makes every step a struggle. But remember that strength doesn't come from ease. It's born in the fires of challenge. Each time you face resistance, you're sharpening your resolve. Every struggle, every setback, is a test of your will. Embrace these moments. They are not your enemy. They are part of the process, sculpting you into someone who cannot be shaken. In this journey, discipline is your greatest ally. Discipline isn't punishment. It's the bridge that takes you from intention to achievement. It's what keeps you moving even when motivation fades, when the spark is dim, and the goal feels far away. Discipline is the relentless commitment to keep going, to push through the monotony and the doubt. It's a quiet, steady force, unshaken by the storms that come. It's the reason some people rise while others stay behind. Cultivate it, and it will become your most powerful tool. As you grow, remember this: life will test you. It will throw challenges, setbacks, and resistance at you, not to stop you, but to refine you. These challenges are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones, opportunities to adapt, to evolve, and to sharpen your focus. The pain, the fear, the struggle, they are temporary, but the strength you build from pushing through them will stay with you forever. Adaptability is crucial. In a world that changes at every turn, being rigid will only make you brittle. Learn to bend, to shift, to see challenges from new angles. Embrace change as a tool, not a threat. Those who can adapt will find opportunity where others see only obstacles. Growth requires flexibility, an openness to move with life's currents without losing sight of your goals. This flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your path. It means finding new ways to move forward, no matter what stands in your way. Understand that nobody else will hand you success. No one else will create the life you envision. You are the architect, the one responsible for each brick you lay, each step you take. Every day, every action, either brings you closer to that life or pulls you further from it. Do not wait for permission or approval. Rise on your own terms, fueled by the fire within you. Surround yourself with others who share this mindset, who push themselves as hard as you do. Those who accept mediocrity will try to convince you that your goals are too ambitious, too unrealistic. Let their doubts fall away, for they see the world through limits you no longer recognize. Seek out those who elevate you, who challenge you to be better. Stand with people who know what it means to pursue greatness, who won't let you shrink to fit the confines of someone else's comfort. And remember that this path you're on is not just about achievement. It's about transformation. It's about becoming the kind of person who rises to every challenge, who doesn't shrink in the face of fear, who is relentless in the pursuit of a life that is wholly their own. The victories, the accomplishments, they're just markers along the way. The true reward is the strength you cultivate, the resilience you build, and the person you become through the process. Every day is a chance to take back your power, to act as if there are no limits but the ones you impose on yourself, to move with conviction, to challenge the voice of doubt, to reject the ordinary, and embrace the path of those who rise above. This is your time, your moment to step forward, not as someone bound by fear, but as someone unbreakable. Take a moment to let the worries of the day pass and melt into the stillness. Feel yourself breathe. Notice your body's functions and how you do not need to consciously worry about the oxygen entering your lungs. You do not have to worry about the various chemical reactions that are sustaining your conscious life and fueling your vessel. The subconscious mind has it handled. Take a moment to be grateful for its magnificence. The universe has you taken care of for now. This channel's purpose is to assimilate words to carry a message that will aid in your conscious evolution. We wish to help you come back down to earth and focus on the skills necessary to navigate life freely. As a reflection of God, to enter the driver's seat of your own life, to help people live proactively instead of reactively. Now, let's begin today's lesson. In a world where appearances rule and facades hide intentions, there's one skill that can change everything. The ability to see beyond the surface, to read people in a way that leaves no room for deception. Today, it's more than just a skill. It's survival. In this day and age, where every interaction is a power play, learning to see the truth behind someone's words and actions is an armor. It's the key to success, to understanding, and to freedom from the webs people weave to trap the unwary. When you know how to read people, you become untouchable. You see things that others miss, understand things others ignore. While they take words at face value, you'll see through the words to the real motivations, the hidden agendas. You'll know who to trust and who to avoid, who to hold close, and who to keep at arm's length. This isn't about manipulation. It's about seeing the world for what it truly is. Today, we're going to delve into the unspoken language of people, the subtle signals, the micro-expressions, and the involuntary cues that give away what lies beneath. Welcome to the art of reading people. 1. Tell me more. The power of strategic listening. In a world where most people talk just to be heard, real power lies in the ability to listen strategically. Tell me more isn't just a phrase, it's an invitation, an open door for others to reveal what they're really thinking and feeling. When you look someone in the eye and say those words, you're inviting them to drop their guard, to share what they might usually keep hidden. Imagine being able to uncover people's truths without ever demanding it, without ever making them feel forced. That's the power of tell me more. People are so rarely truly listened to that when they sense someone actually cares, they open up. It's human nature. But don't mistake this for mindless listening. You're not just gathering information. You're gathering ammunition. You're observing how they react, what they emphasize, what they avoid. You're learning their fears, their ambitions, and most importantly, the cracks in their armor. The power of tell me more is in its simplicity. It's an approach that builds trust, that lures others into dropping their defenses. They feel safe, and in that feeling of safety, they reveal things they might never intend. This isn't just listening. It's a method to get people to show you their cards without even realizing it. 2. Observation. Actions. Speak louder than any words. They say actions speak louder than words, and this couldn't be truer when it comes to reading people. Most people are adept at controlling what they say, but few can control the small, unconscious actions that reveal who they really are. True character shows itself when people think no one's watching. It It's easy to act with kindness and respect when there's an audience, but how does someone behave when the spotlight's off? Observe how they treat those who can offer them nothing. The waiter, the janitor, the stranger on the street. That's where their real nature comes out. Do they switch from polite to dismissive the moment they no longer need to impress? Are they kind only when there's something to gain? Small actions and shifts in behavior are clues to a person's values and self-respect. It's not about judging them. It's about seeing who they really are without the mask. Think of it as gathering data. Each interaction, each unguarded moment, is another piece of the puzzle. You're not just looking for good or bad behavior. You're looking for patterns, for signs of consistency or inconsistency. Once you learn to decode these actions, you'll know more about a person's true self than they'd ever willingly tell you. 3. Patterns don't lie. The past as a blueprint of character. People love to say they've changed, that they're different now, but the truth is simple. Patterns don't lie. A person's past is the blueprint to understanding their present. Every behavior, every decision is a piece of their history. Someone who's overly guarded, they've likely been betrayed. A person who lashes out at criticism, chances are they grew up in an environment where they were constantly judged. Understanding a person's past isn't about excusing their behavior. It's about deciphering it. You're not looking to understand every detail, but rather to see the patterns, to understand what has shaped them, and most importantly, to anticipate how those patterns will guide their future actions. When you understand a person's history, you gain insight into what they're likely to do next. This is the tool that allows you to move with intention. When you see the roots of someone's actions, you're not blindsided by their choices. You anticipate, you predict, and you navigate around their triggers. With this understanding, you become unshakable, knowing how to avoid potential conflicts and how to strengthen your alliances. 4. Tonal shifts. The voice betrays the truth. Words can be crafted, rehearsed, controlled, but tone is instinctual. A shift in tone is a glimpse into someone's inner world. It's the moment when the mask slips, even if just for a second. When someone's tone changes, when their voice drops, their words speed up, or they start to stutter, you're seeing a crack in the facade. Imagine you're in a conversation, and a colleague who is usually confident and assertive suddenly hesitates, their voice dropping to almost a whisper. That change is not accidental. It's a sign of uncertainty, of unease, of something they're holding back. Tonal shifts aren't just random. They're involuntary signals, the mind's way of revealing truth, even when the words conceal it. These shifts might be subtle, but once you start tuning in, they'll be impossible to ignore. You'll start noticing how discomfort sounds, how a lie feels, how confidence resonates. Knowing how to read these tonal changes makes you almost like a mind reader. You're listening not just to the words, but to the layers behind them, the emotions and intentions that others are blind to. The truth in unwatched moments, who they are, when they think no one's watching. The real insight into a person's character isn't found when they're on stage. It's found in those moments when they believe they're invisible. Watch how someone acts in those quiet, unnoticed moments. How do they behave when they think no one's watching? Are they respectful to their surroundings, mindful of others, or do they slip into selfish, careless habits? These unobserved behaviors are often the most revealing. They show the truth behind the performance. It's in these small moments, how they react to a setback, how they treat those they don't need, how they handle mundane tasks, that you see what lies at their core. You're not looking for grand gestures or displays of character. You're looking for those small, seemingly insignificant moments that tell you everything you need to know. When you learn to watch people in these unguarded moments, you're seeing them without the social armor, without the mask. It's like seeing someone's true reflection, and in that reflection, you find the truth of who they are. 6. Emotional reactions. The instincts behind the mask. Emotion is a powerful truth teller. While someone can mask their words, controlling their body language, emotions are harder to hide. They are the raw, instinctual responses that seep through the cracks of any mask. Observe how someone reacts in moments of stress, joy, anger, or disappointment. Do they embrace change, or do they resist it with everything they have? Do they react with anger or with understanding when challenged? These reactions aren't just responses. They're indicators of core values, of deep-rooted fears and priorities. Emotional reactions cut through the facade and show what truly matters to someone. For example, someone who reacts defensively to constructive criticism might have unresolved insecurities. Someone who lights up at the prospect of a challenge is likely driven by a desire for growth and progress. Recognizing these emotional cues allows you to navigate around them. You understand what drives them, what pushes them, and what holds them back. When you know what motivates someone at this primal level, you know how to communicate with them in a way that resonates deeply, that gets to the heart of who they are. 7. Body language, the silent dialogue. The body speaks a language of its own, a language that cannot lie. Every gesture, every posture, every small movement carries meaning. Crossed arms, a subconscious barrier, a forward lean, an invitation to connect. People can control their words, but controlling body language is nearly impossible. Most don't even realize they're doing it. Body language is like a silent dialogue, an ongoing conversation that continues even when the words stop. A person who mirrors your gestures is aligning with you, whether they realize it or not. A person who leans away is distancing themselves, emotionally as well as physically. Pay attention, and you'll start to see layers of communication beyond what anyone is saying. Once you learn to interpret body language, you'll be able to read a room without a single word. You'll understand who's comfortable, who's holding back, who's pretending to be something they're not. This awareness gives you a distinct advantage, allowing you to respond not to the surface, but to the reality underneath. In this world, conformity is the currency. The ones who hold the power don't want you to think differently. They want you predictable, easily swayed, easily silenced. They want you to play your role, follow the rules, and never question the script. But if you want to break free, if you want to transcend the machinery of mediocrity, then discipline is your weapon. Purpose is your shield. This isn't about blending in. It's about standing out, refusing to be a pawn in someone else's game. Imagine waking up every day with a razor-sharp clarity of purpose. You're unshaken by the noise, focused only on what matters. This level of focus, this relentless drive, is not a gift. It's a skill, built through self-discipline, fortified by purpose. The world doesn't want you to have it. Why? Because self-discipline makes you unpredictable, powerful, and impossible to control. The only way out of the matrix is to double down on this discipline, to go beyond the superficial, to structure your life around calculated goals that push you to the edge. The first step is to know why you're here. Finding purpose isn't about lofty ideals or external recognition. It's about unearthing what drives you at your core. Every day, your purpose becomes a compass, guiding every action, every decision. It's what gets you out of bed when the world is pulling you back, when comfort whispers, "Stay." But comfort is a trap, an invitation to surrender to a mediocre existence. Your purpose, your discipline, these are your defenses against becoming just another piece in the puzzle. But purpose alone is not enough. The discipline to follow through, day after day, even when it's brutal, even when you're weary, that's where the real power lies. Every time you make a promise to yourself and keep it, every time you reject distractions and focus on what matters, you're sharpening your edge, building a resilience that's rare and lethal. This discipline is about showing up every day, not waiting for inspiration, not hoping for ideal conditions, but moving forward because you know there's no other option. The world will try to distract you with superficial pleasures and empty comforts. That's how it keeps you docile, how it numbs you into submission. But the path to true power demands that you forsake these distractions, that you cultivate a strength immune to temptation. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's gritty, relentless, a daily grind. It's choosing the long term over the immediate, the difficult over the easy. And with each disciplined choice, you're creating a foundation of unshakable strength. Purpose and discipline are your anchors, but resilience is the force that keeps you pushing forward. Every obstacle is a test, every setback a choice. Give up or keep going. The world wants you to quit, to be discouraged, to settle back into the safety of mediocrity. But every time you push through, every time you show up despite the resistance, you're proving that you're made of something different. Real success isn't found in bursts of motivation. It's forged in the fire of consistency. To cultivate this level of resilience, start small. Define what showing up means for you and make it non-negotiable. Whether it's writing a single line of that book, hitting a workout, or dedicating a moment to deep reflection, these small actions compound, reinforcing your self-discipline. This consistency, this habit of pushing forward no matter what, becomes the armor that shields you from mediocrity. Yet discipline isn't just about action. It's about what you're willing to let go of. Comfort, luxury, and ease, they weaken your edge. Embrace discomfort deliberately. It could be as simple as fasting, taking the harder path, or challenging yourself to endure something others would shy away from. The more you expose yourself to hardship, the less power adversity holds over you. The world sells comfort, but comfort breeds complacency. Voluntary discomfort builds strength, sharpens gratitude, and deepens resilience. The Stoics understood this, saw value in voluntary hardship, in choosing challenges that others avoid. When you practice living without the things most people cling to, you become stronger, tougher, more adaptable. Adversity is no longer something you fear. It's a test you welcome, a measure of your progress. This practice doesn't weaken you. It fortifies you against whatever life throws your way. And remember this, control what you can, let go of what you can't. So much of what distracts, angers, or weakens us lies beyond our reach. Trying to control the uncontrollable is a waste of your energy. True discipline means focusing solely on your actions, your thoughts, and your responses. The world around you will never be perfect, and people will disappoint you. But those things aren't in your control. What you can control is how you rise, how you remain steadfast, grounded in your purpose. Each day, take stock of what's within your power. If it's outside your influence, let it go. Channel that energy into what you can change, into the goals that fuel your purpose. This isn't detachment, it's liberation. You're freeing yourself from the futile and grounding yourself in the possible. Success demands this level of mental clarity, a single-minded focus on what matters. Don't let your peace be tied to things you can't influence. This journey isn't about waiting for others to validate you or for external circumstances to align. People will doubt you, criticize you, question your path. Ignore them. The approval of others is irrelevant to those on a mission. If you allow others to dictate your worth, you become a puppet to their opinions. True power is cultivated from within, from knowing who you are and why you're here. The naysayers will always be there, and their doubts are nothing but noise. Your path is yours alone. Don't let their opinions shape your journey. Surround yourself with those who elevate you. Emulate the wise, the disciplined, those who walk the path of purpose. Their influence will remind you of what's possible, of the strength you're building. But don't follow blindly. Adapt their virtues, integrate their strengths, and use them to sharpen your own character. The examples of others are blueprints, but your journey is uniquely yours. Draw strength from those who have gone before, but carve your own path. End each day with reflection. Assess your actions, your progress, and your alignment with your purpose. Did you give in to weakness? Did you stay on track? Self-assessment is not a moment of judgment, but a moment of truth. It's a chance to recalibrate, to refine. Each day is a stepping stone. Reflect, adjust, and prepare to be better tomorrow. This habit of self-review will keep you accountable, keep you moving forward, keep you disciplined. The world doesn't want you to be disciplined, doesn't want you to have this power, because discipline gives you control, and control gives you freedom. The matrix crumbles when people stop playing their part, when they break free from the patterns set for them. This is your path to freedom, your path to true power. Step outside the norm, embrace discipline, endure discomfort, and focus only on what you can control. To truly break free, you must cultivate a mindset fortified against both internal and external distractions. The Stoics knew that freedom isn't just about escaping the system. It's about mastering yourself so completely that no system, no circumstance, no setback can unbalance you. That mastery begins with deliberate strategies designed to protect your focus, discipline your mind, and anchor your actions in purpose. 1. Shielding your focus. Create mental boundaries. In a world constantly vying for your attention, protecting your focus becomes a daily battle. The Stoics understood that what you allow into your mind shapes your reality. Seneca warned about allowing trivial matters to invade our thoughts, saying, "What's the use of acquiring a fortune if you cannot then enjoy it?" True wealth lies in a mind free from distraction and clutter. Start each day with intention. Decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Shield your focus with mental boundaries, not allowing just anything to penetrate your thoughts. Practically, this means controlling your environment and limiting distractions. If something does not serve your goals, it doesn't belong in your daily routine. Turn off notifications, limit mindless scrolling, and consciously choose what information you consume. Information is power only if it fuels your purpose. Otherwise, it's dead weight, a distraction disguised as value. 2. Intentional solitude, the power of reconnection. In a world of noise, solitude is a weapon. The Stoics valued solitude because it allowed for deep reflection, uninterrupted by the chaos of others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius himself would retreat into his inner world, writing, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to ask hard questions, to face your fears, and to refine your goals. Dedicate a portion of your day to intentional solitude. Spend it in silence, observing your own thoughts, questioning your desires, and confronting the motives behind your actions. Use this time to clarify what truly matters and to filter out what doesn't. Solitude sharpens your mental resilience and solidifies your purpose, making you less susceptible to the noise of the world. 3. Harnessing adversity. Turn setbacks into fuel. Life is unpredictable, and adversity is inevitable. But the Stoics didn't see obstacles as setbacks. They saw them as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge, every obstacle is an invitation to adapt, to refine your approach, and to grow stronger. This mindset transforms adversity from a hindrance into a powerful ally. When you face setbacks, don't react impulsively. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? See each challenge as a chance to practice resilience, to test your discipline, and to reinforce your purpose. Use adversity as fuel. When something goes wrong, recognize that it's an opportunity to hone your mental toughness, to sharpen your focus, and to strengthen your resolve. This is how obstacles become stepping stones. 4. Daily reflection. A habit of accountability. Reflection is a powerful tool for self-mastery. The Stoics practiced it every night, examining their actions and thoughts, not as an exercise in guilt, but as a means of constant improvement. At the end of each day, ask yourself the questions that will keep you on track. Did my actions today align with my purpose? Did I maintain my discipline, or did I falter? This habit of reflection keeps you accountable, ensuring that every day is a step closer to the person you aspire to be. In your reflections, be honest, but not harsh. See every misstep as a lesson, every moment of discipline as a victory. Track your progress not only in achievements, but in growth. Reflection keeps your mind sharp and your goals alive. It's a nightly calibration, a way of reinforcing your commitment to the path you've chosen. 5. Mastery. Over desire. Practicing voluntary discomfort. Most people spend their lives in pursuit of comfort, but the Stoics believed comfort is a double-edged sword. It's a fleeting state that, when pursued without limits, leads to dependency and weakness. To remain resilient, the Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, deliberately exposing themselves to hardship to build mental and physical fortitude. Epictetus reminded his students to prepare for challenges so that they might meet real adversity with strength. Embrace this practice of voluntary discomfort. Go without luxuries now and then. Fast for a day. Wake up earlier than you want to. Train your body rigorously. Each act of discomfort makes you stronger, more resilient, more self-sufficient. By conditioning yourself to be comfortable with discomfort, you become immune to adversity. You gain control over your desires rather than letting them control you. In a world addicted to instant gratification, your ability to endure discomfort becomes your competitive advantage. 6. The dichotomy of control. Release what you can't change. One of the central principles in Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that some things are within our power and others are not. Wasting energy on things outside our control only leads to frustration and helplessness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Freedom lies in focusing solely on what you can control and releasing the rest. Every time you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. This practice isn't about detachment, it's about discipline. Your mind, your actions, your choices, these are within your domain. External events, the opinions of others, the outcomes of your efforts, these are not. By releasing what you can't control, you liberate yourself from needless anxiety, gaining a deeper peace and resilience. This freedom allows you to channel all of your energy into what truly matters. 7. Building a fortress of inner peace. Emotional mastery. Emotions are powerful forces, and without control, they can lead you astray. The Stoics taught that true strength lies in mastery over one's emotions, not in their suppression, but in their regulation. Marcus Aurelius practiced remaining calm amid chaos, writing, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it." Cultivate emotional resilience by acknowledging your emotions, but refusing to let them dictate your actions. In moments of anger or fear, pause, breathe, evaluate the situation calmly. Remind yourself that emotions are temporary, that their influence will fade. Mastery over your emotions is not about being unfeeling. It's about responding instead of reacting. It's about letting reason guide your actions, allowing you to move through life with calm assurance. 8. Surrounding yourself with excellence. Choose your influences wisely. The Stoics knew that the company you keep shapes who you become. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, who push you to be better. Avoid those who drain your energy or encourage mediocrity. Seneca warned, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Your environment is powerful. Choose it wisely. This doesn't just mean the people around you. It also means the content you consume, the conversations you entertain, the habits you build. Are they making you sharper? Are they aligning with your goals? Seek out mentors, role models, and books that inspire you to push beyond your limits. Each influence either strengthens or weakens you, so let your environment be a forge for excellence. 9. Delayed gratification. Cultivate the strength to wait. We live in an age of immediacy, where instant gratification is a way of life. But the Stoics knew that true fulfillment comes from delayed gratification, from putting in the work now and reaping the rewards later. Seneca wrote about living a life based on virtue rather than fleeting pleasures. Discipline yourself to wait, to resist the pull of instant rewards. Set long-term goals and commit to them. If you want to master a skill, invest the time to practice it deeply. If you have financial goals, prioritize saving and growth over impulsive spending. Delayed gratification teaches patience, builds character, and reinforces self-control. In a world addicted to shortcuts, your willingness to delay gratification sets you apart. 10. Becoming the master of your own mind. Cultivate mental independence. Finally, Stoicism teaches that true freedom is found in self-reliance, in being the master of your own mind. In a world where everyone seeks approval and validation from others, Stoics find their strength within. Epictetus advised, "Seek not the approval of others, but the approval of your own conscience." Your happiness, your peace of mind, should not be swayed by the judgments of others. Develop mental independence by setting your own standards, by relying on your own judgment. The more you ground yourself in your values, the less you'll need validation from others. This inner strength, this reliance on self, will make you unbreakable, immune to the opinions that sway the weak. The Stoic path is not an easy one. It requires fortitude, relentless self-discipline, and a willingness to confront your own weaknesses. But it is a path that leads to freedom, resilience, and mastery over yourself and your life. To live by these principles is to rise above the crowd, to carve out a life of purpose, and to break free from the chains of mediocrity. Tonight, as the world outside settles into stillness. That's when our minds often rebel. The chatter, the endless loops of what ifs and why didn't I? These are the echoes that trap us in our own heads. You know the feeling. We've all been there, lying in bed, staring into the darkness, letting thoughts steal away our peace. Overthinking is a thief, one that robs us of both sleep and sanity. But you don't have to be its prisoner. You have the power to rise above it, to quiet the noise, and to bring order to the chaos in your mind. In our modern world, mastering this skill is more than just a mental exercise. It's a survival tool. An organized mind isn't merely a luxury. It's vital if you want to thrive. Let's dive deep, step by step, into the lessons that will guide you in this journey to conquer your thoughts, silence your doubts, and take control of your mind. Lesson 1. Action over analysis. It starts with the understanding that action, not endless pondering, is what moves us forward. Every time you sit there, mind racing with questions and potential outcomes, you slip further into stagnation. Overthinking is a trap, a way for your mind to keep you comfortably immobilized while convincing you that you're preparing. But ask yourself, how often does that mental preparation lead to real change? More likely, it leaves you stuck, weighed down by the possibilities you've created in your head. The ancient Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius, the warrior philosopher, didn't believe in thinking endlessly about every scenario. He believed in calculated action, in moving forward even when certainty was impossible. When you act, even in small ways, you create momentum, a ripple effect that breaks the chains of procrastination. Every choice you make, every step you take, teaches you something. It liberates you from the paralysis of what if. Consider this. The next time you find yourself spiraling into overthinking, take a single, tangible step forward. No matter how small, let it be a first step towards something real. Maybe it's making that phone call you've been putting off, jotting down your idea, or organizing your workspace. You'll find that action is powerful. It not only dissolves doubt, it feeds confidence. Each step you take tells your mind, I can do this. And soon, those seemingly insurmountable goals begin to look achievable. Lesson 2. You're not that special, and that's a good thing. One of the heaviest burdens that feeds overthinking is the belief that every choice, every action, is under intense scrutiny from the world around us. We hesitate to post online, afraid of how it'll be perceived. We hold back on chasing our goals, thinking that everyone is watching, waiting for us to fail. This is a trap, and it's one that the Stoics were keenly aware of. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about being morbid. It's about putting things into perspective. The truth is, most people are too busy with their own lives to care about every little move we make. Realizing this can be freeing. When you grasp that the world isn't hanging on your every word or action, you can let go of the fear of judgment. You're free to try, to fail, to experiment. This doesn't mean you don't matter. It means you can breathe easier, knowing that your perceived missteps won't be the end of the world. Take this lesson to heart. Most people's attention is fleeting. They won't remember your mistakes the way you think they will. So, stop holding back. Stop letting imaginary critics dictate your life. You're free to be bold, to make mistakes, to live fully without constantly worrying about how it looks to everyone else. Lesson 3. Comparison is the thief of joy. How often have you been content with your life, only to see someone else's success and suddenly feel your own accomplishments shrink in comparison? In the age of social media, It's all too easy to measure our worth against others, to let the curated highlight reels of others diminish our own lives. But the Stoics had a profound insight. Your worth is yours alone, not defined by others. Epictetus taught us to focus on what we can control, and the lives of others are certainly outside that sphere. By investing your energy into comparing yourself, you're wasting time and focus on something you can never control. Instead, look inward. Anchor your sense of accomplishment to your own journey, not to someone else's milestones. This shift in perspective can be transformative. It pulls you out of the competition mindset and lets you focus on personal growth. The next time you feel yourself slipping into the comparison trap, pause. Reflect on your progress, your achievements, no matter how small. Each one is a victory unique to you, a testament to your journey. When you stop comparing, you start appreciating, and that's when you reclaim your joy. Lesson 4. Perfection is a myth. Embrace imperfection. Perfection is a mirage. It's the idea that if we just try a little harder, plan a little longer, we can achieve flawlessness. But the truth is, perfection is not only impossible, it's paralyzing. By setting ourselves up to never make mistakes, we doom ourselves to inaction. The Stoics saw this clearly. They taught that imperfection is not a flaw, it's an integral part of growth. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." We create scenarios of perfect success in our minds, and then we suffer when reality doesn't measure up. But what if you saw each mistake as a lesson? What if, instead of striving for flawless, you aimed for progress? Imagine the freedom that comes with embracing imperfection, with allowing yourself to make mistakes, learn, and move forward. The next time you're tempted to hold back out of fear of not getting it just right, remember this. Every flaw, every imperfection is an opportunity for growth. The road to success isn't flawless. It's filled with stumbling blocks that teach us how to walk. Embrace imperfection, for it's there that real progress is born. Lesson 5. Your emotions are not your reality. Emotions are powerful, sometimes overwhelmingly so. They color our reality, often leading us to believe that what we feel is the truth. But emotions are fleeting, and the Stoics taught us that they do not define our reality. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often that he held power over his mind, not external events. This is your power too. The next time you feel anxiety, fear, or anger rising, take a moment to detach. Ask yourself, is this emotion based on fact or interpretation? Often, by simply pausing to question our emotions, we regain clarity. This isn't about ignoring your feelings. It's about not letting them control you. Emotional mastery is the art of seeing your feelings without letting them dictate your reality. Think about the last time you were overwhelmed by a single moment of frustration. At that moment, it felt like your whole world was falling apart. But hours or days later, you realized it wasn't as significant as it seemed. With practice, you can train yourself to detach, to see your emotions as passing clouds, rather than the sky itself. Lesson 6. Detach from outcomes. One of the biggest sources of overthinking is our fixation on results. We want to control every outcome, to guarantee that things go our way. But life doesn't work like that. The Stoics were adamant about focusing on what you can control, your actions, not the outcome, which is often outside your grasp. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with detaching from outcomes. You give your best effort, not because you're trying to manipulate results, but because that's who you are. This shift in focus from outcome to process not only reduces anxiety, but also enhances your performance. When you're not obsessed with results, you're free to fully engage with the task at hand. The next time you take on a project or set a goal, Remind yourself that you can only control the effort you put in, not the end result. By letting go of outcomes, you allow yourself to be fully present, to learn and grow through the process. Ironically, this often leads to better results because you're not weighed down by anxiety. Lesson 7. The present moment is all you have. Finally, the greatest gift you can give yourself is presence. The past is gone, unchangeable. The future is uncertain, unknowable. The only real power you hold is in the now, in this very moment. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to confine himself to the present. This isn't about ignoring the past or failing to plan. It's about not letting those things rob you of the only reality you possess, the present. Each time you catch yourself worrying about tomorrow or replaying yesterday's mistakes, bring yourself back to the now. Focus on what's in front of you, on what you can do in this moment. Engage fully with the people, tasks, and experiences around you. Living in the present diminishes overthinking because it grounds you in reality, in what's within your control. Every moment you spend focused on the present is a victory over the endless spiral of what ifs and why didn't I. It's a reclamation of your life, a commitment to live fully rather than simply exist. Embrace each present moment for the gift it is. In a world where words are everywhere but meaning is rare, mastering concise communication is not just a skill, it's a survival strategy. Those in power, the faceless forces shaping society from behind their desks, don't want you to communicate clearly. They want you caught up in endless chatter, in rambling, shallow thoughts that carry no weight. Because to them, clarity is dangerous. A mind that can communicate with precision, a voice that can cut through the noise, is a threat to the status quo. They want you lost, unheard, drowning in a sea of empty words. But if you're here, listening to this, then you're ready to fight back. It's time to harness the power of words, to make your voice a weapon and shield. The truth is, society is changing. The socioeconomic landscape we know is shifting, and it's only those with sharp minds and sharp tongues who will survive the storm. You're either equipped to rise above, or you're swept away with the rest. But if you're prepared to master the power of concise communication, you'll find yourself in the rare position of being able to influence, to guide, and most importantly, to resist. Your words can become your strongest allies, a force that shields you against manipulation and empowers you to lead. Let's dive into this path, step by step, and break down how you can become a voice they cannot ignore. Lesson 1. Recognize the trap they have set. You need to understand the game. Those at the top, the decision makers, have set a trap, and language is at the heart of it. They thrive on the masses being unfocused, scattered, unable to express their thoughts with clarity. Why? Because people who can't communicate effectively are easier to control. Think about it. The more unclear you are, the more dependent you become on someone else to interpret the world for you. They want you lost in a maze of vague phrases and empty buzzwords, parroting what you hear instead of shaping your own ideas. They know that lazy language leads to lazy thinking, and lazy thinking is easy to influence. This is where your journey begins. Recognize their trap and refuse to play along. Every word you speak, every sentence you craft with precision is a rejection of their control. Make no mistake, if you can command words, if you can communicate with clarity, you are no longer a pawn in their game. You are a force. Start by refining your language, expand your vocabulary, question everything, and embrace language as a tool of power. With every word you master, every phrase you shape with intent, you're breaking free from their narrative. You're building your own. Lesson 2. Precision is a weapon. They fear. In this world, where every voice is trying to be louder than the next, real power lies not in quantity, but in quality. It lies in saying what matters, and only what matters. They want you to fill your conversations, your thoughts, and even your social media feeds with meaningless noise to distract you and those around you from the truth. Precision is a weapon, a scalpel that cuts through the fog, revealing the heart of the matter. When you speak with precision, you rise above the chaos, your voice ringing clear and undeniable. Consider this: every word you cut, every extraneous sentence you eliminate, is a show of strength. You're proving you're not here to waste anyone's time, that you're someone who commands attention, because every word you say matters. The more precise you are, the more powerful you become. You transform into someone who doesn't ramble, who isn't swayed by the winds of popular opinion, but stands firm, sharp, and intentional. Precision in communication isn't just about looking smart. It's about refusing to play into the noise. They want you to drown in distractions, to fill your mind with irrelevant information. Instead, you cut through with clarity, becoming a voice that stands out, that is remembered. And that, to them, is terrifying. Lesson 3. Emotions. Harness the power. They can't control. They want you neutral, drained of emotion, speaking in monotones that convey nothing. Because emotions, real, raw, unfiltered emotions, are powerful. They're contagious. When you speak with conviction, with passion, you're not just speaking words, you're moving hearts. They fear that. The powers that be know that emotion, especially when wielded with precision, can start movements, inspire change, and disrupt the status quo. But here's the secret. Emotion must be controlled, not suppressed. Learn to wield it like fire. Don't let it overtake you, but don't extinguish it either. Infuse your words with purpose and intensity. When you speak, let your emotions serve as the undercurrent of your message. Speak with courage if you're calling for change, with quiet intensity if you're sharing wisdom, with righteous anger if you're confronting injustice. This is more than communication. It's transformation. They want you to play it safe, to hide behind generic expressions, to dilute your passion so it's easier to dismiss. But you use every ounce of emotion you have as fuel, pushing your voice beyond mere words and turning it into a force that resonates long after you've stopped speaking. Lesson 4. Master the art of cutting the noise. This world is built on noise. They feed us endless streams of information, opinions, and distractions, all designed to cloud our vision and keep us from seeing the truth. This isn't by accident, it's by design. They know that a distracted mind is a mind they can lead. The more we're pulled in every direction, the more our focus fades, and with it, our power. But a mind that learns to cut through the noise, that chooses to discard what's irrelevant and focus on the essential, is a mind they cannot control. Every conversation you enter, every piece of information you absorb, remember this: cut the noise. Find the essence, the core of what matters, and discard the rest. This is a practice, a discipline, a daily act of rebellion. When you refuse to be drawn into endless debates, into pointless arguments, you are reclaiming your focus. And focus is power. They want you scattered, lost in a sea of trivialities. Instead, you become a master of your mental space, a fortress of clarity in a world of confusion. Refuse to engage with what doesn't matter, and watch as your thoughts sharpen, your message becomes clearer, and your power grows. Lesson 5. Communication as survival in a changing world. As the socio-economic environment shifts, the rules are changing. The landscape of work, power, and They're preparing for a world where only the strong survive, where the weak are left to fade into obscurity. But strength today is not just physical or economic. It's mental, it's verbal. It's the ability to communicate powerfully and concisely. Those who master the art of communication will not just survive in this world, they will thrive. And this is what they fear most. Your ability to articulate your thoughts, to express your ideas with clarity and conviction, becomes your lifeline, your weapon, your shield. In this new world, it's not enough to know your truth. You must speak it, powerfully and without hesitation. Every word, every sentence, is a chance to either strengthen your position or weaken it. Choose carefully, because your voice will determine your place in this evolving landscape. They may control the masses, they may control the narratives, but they cannot control a mind that speaks its own truth with clarity. In this new world, those who can communicate effectively are not just voices, they are leaders. Sharpen your words, strengthen your thoughts, and let your voice be the beacon they cannot silence. The final stand, become the voice they cannot ignore. Understand this. They're waiting for you to fail. They're counting on you to get lost in the noise, to fall back into lazy language, to become just another voice in the crowd. But you have the power to rise above. You can become the voice they cannot ignore. This isn't just about saying the right words. It's about embodying a force that stands against their expectations, that refuses to be silenced, that insists on clarity in a world built on confusion. Your voice, your clarity, your refusal to be swayed by empty distractions. This is what they fear. Your words have the power to shift the balance,